A third and final type of collector is a collection attorney, and there's actually a couple of kinds. First off, there are attorney collectors that simply act like an assignee, similar to how a creditor might send off an account for 90 or so days to a large debt collection agency who's authorized really pretty much to use the telephone and your mailbox in an attempt to get you to pay. An assignee attorney debt collector is pretty much going to do the same thing. Then there is the type of debt collection attorney who might start off that way, but is also authorized to sue you in their efforts to collect on unpaid debt. And that's your biggest concern. When you're struggling to get by on whatever income you have now and you were sued, and if a judgment is entered against you, now you're at risk of having your wages garnished depending on where you live, what state you live in. You could have liens placed against real property, your home, and your bank account could be levied. Again, this is all at risk of occurring after you're sued, and if you were to lose or ignore the event and get a judgment placed against you. There are several options along the way when you're dealing with an assignment attorney, or any attorney for that matter. Throughout the entire debtconsolidationcare.com website, you can go into the search box, type in the name of the attorney, and find out what other consumers' experiences have been dealing with that collection firm, how they might have resolved the account. You also have the ability to, as you see below, work with a professional and find out what your next best option might be. You can call the 800 number you see listed and speak with a professional right now. You can engage in a chat function and be getting information back and forth from a professional in as little as 60 seconds. And then there's a form fill that you can input your very brief information, hit submit, and a professional will be in contact with you. When it comes to dealing with unpaid debt and you're now being contacted by an attorney of any stripe, it really is time to roll up your sleeves and figure out a plan, because the risk looms large that you could be sued. Whether or not you were trying to stave off bankruptcy and this eventually happened, it may be time to really truly consider that. There are different options available for settling these types of accounts with attorneys. Again, throughout the debtconsolidationcare.com website, you'll get a feel for what people have been able to accomplish. And also, if you happen upon this video after you've already received a summons and complaint, and that's what prompted you to do some search and look for different answers, there are still some options available to you. When it comes to answering a complaint and dealing with the legal issues, you really should speak with an attorney and get specific legal advice. But just know that settling an account with a law firm who's working on behalf of your creditor is still an option. You're going to settle at a higher percentage generally because they have leverage, but it is definitely something you can do. And perhaps the reduction isn't as good, or perhaps it's not even available. But typically you'll be able to enter into some type of longer term payment arrangement at an affordable rate that'll fit within your budget. This is Michael Bovey reporting for debtconsolidationcare.com. In our next video in the collection series, we'll be talking about some of the tricks and sneaky things that can occur that you need to be aware of throughout the collection process as you're trying to navigate your way to relief from